Hello world! I want to give a quick overview of where we're at with the Building Blocks project. At this point, the Kickstarter is over, but we've already got over 100 commits and some great feedback from the community. I've labeled a few of the issues as bugs to indicate that they're launch blocking. I want to squash those before we host this and put it out there for everyone to use. For now, let's test out the project on some more complex examples. We can start with one of Syntagmatic's block, the abalone parallel coordinates. This is a nice one because it loads external data, it has a long README, and the D3 code is fairly involved. Here you can see where it loads the CSV file using d3.csv. So let's pull it up in Building Blocks. We'll replace the beginning part of the URL with our local host. Later on there will be something much more convenient, of course, when it's hosted. And we see that it's still rendering as expected. See all the code. You can find the line where it loads the CSV file. But in Building Blocks, you can actually open the file and view it or even edit it. Plain text files like CSVs are shown in HTML text areas just in case they get too big. Editing the README as Markdown is also supported, so you can preview your changes as they happen. Let's look at an even more complex example. This impressive visualization of satellite positions over time is made possible by another JavaScript library called satellite.js. It's being hosted inside the gist, copied from its original location, and we can open that file up and look at it here. Now I'd like to take you through the workflow of editing an existing block. We'll start with this relatively simple example that's pure D3. If we fork it while we're not logged in, it will create an anonymous gist. We can also log in, which will authenticate with GitHub. The first time you do it, it will ask you for permission to edit and create gists on your behalf. We can now start coding. If we scroll down, find something that we'd like to edit, like maybe the background color, we can start playing with it. You may notice the code scrolls over top of the view. If we want to see the results of our edits as we make them, we can click on the gray area to have the view stick on top of the code. The color picker I'm using is the Thistle library, an open source project from a friend. It's integrated into CodeMirror via a plugin library I wrote called Inlet, which is also available on my GitHub. After we're done with our edits and we've forked our gist, we can see in the README that the Building Blocks project automatically adds a history of where this block came from. Now for one of my favorite features, adding a thumbnail straight through the web interface. If we take a screenshot and adjust the size of the image using whatever tool we know best to the standard size of 230 pixels, we can add that file directly to our gist with a click of a button. If we check our gist, we'll see the thumbnail shows up there. We can also go view our block, see that everything shows up as expected, and then navigate to our block's profile page so we can see the thumbnail in the preview. The home page of the Building Block project allows you to create a new block from scratch. If you load a file like this CSV, it will cause the block to save because of the way that we are supporting external files under the hood. This shouldn't be a problem though. As you can see, as soon as we rewrite this function, we can console.log our data, inspect it, and then continue on to visualize it just the way we would in any other environment when building a D3 visualization. Now that's how you build the block. Shout out to all my backers.